After weeks of strikes that killed many of Iran's top leaders, the Islamic Republic is now led by a smaller, shaken, but still powerful core. While Israel continues to target senior leaders and figures, several key political, religious, and military officials remain in place and are trying to hold the system together. Interestingly, at the same time, Israel, not the United States, has become the main actor in assassination of senior Iranian figures, a major shift in how this war has been fought. Well, today in this edition of From the News Desk, we will talk about two things. First, who are the most senior Iranian officials still alive after weeks of Israeli and US bombardments? And second, why is that Israel, not United States, are carrying out most assassinations in Iran? Well, at the top of the system is Mojtaba Khamenei, who replaced his father Ali Khamenei as supreme leader after the elder Khamenei was killed in an Israeli strike on February 28. He was confirmed in the role on March 8, and despite reports that he was badly wounded and may be in a coma, he formally holds the absolute power over politics, policy, and the armed forces. Then comes President Masoud Pezeshkian, who took office in July 2024 and runs the day-to-day government and briefly led an interim council leadership after the February 28 strikes, together with Chief Justice Gholam Hussain and senior cleric Ali Reza Arafi. Gholam Hussain, a former intelligence minister, is known for his hard line against protesters and has overseen harsh sentences and executions since the Green Revolution and the latest wave of unrest. Now, other influential political and clerical figures include Ahmad Jannati, the 99-year-old head of the Guardian Council who has shaped Iran's elections and laws for decades, and Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher, a former IRGC commander and Tehran mayor who sits on the top security and economic councils. Then comes Foreign Minister Abbas Arafi, a veteran diplomat and negotiator who is the main public face of Iranian diplomacy, and the same face we currently see the most from Iranian side on multiple platforms. Well, till now we talked about the political figures of Iran, but behind the politicians stand Iran's real hard power, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and its top leadership. The IRGC reports directly to the supreme leader and has deep influence across politics, the economy, and foreign operations. Its current chief, Ahmad Wahidi, is one of the most powerful figures in Iran, even if he operates mostly out of public view. In fact, the IRGC is split into several branches, including the ground forces, navy, aerospace force, Quds force, and besieged militia. In fact, the Quds force is led by Ismail Qani, who manages Iran's proxy network from Hezbollah to the Houthis, while the besieged acts as an internal iron fist that crushes protests, enforces res code, and runs multiple checkpoints. In earlier years, Washington took the lead on most dramatic killings, such as the January 2020 strike that killed Quds Force commander Qasem Soleimani, with Israel mostly providing intelligence in the background. Well, many say Israel long feared that openly killing senior Iranian figures would trigger massive missile and proxy attacks it might not be able to withstand, so it kept many operations covert and let the US take public responsibility. But interestingly, the calculus changed after 2024. When Israel killed IRGC commander Mohammad Reza Zahedi in Syria and Iran responded with huge wave of missiles and drones, Israel, with the help of US, European and Arab partners, shot down almost everything and suffered a little damage. In fact, a second round in October 2024 again showed Iran could not badly hurt Israel, convincing Israeli leaders they could survive Iran's best shot and still maintain air superiority. Well, this new confidence led to the massive Israeli airstrikes in June 2025 that killed many Iran's leaders, including IRGC chief and other top commanders, with the US joining only later and focusing more on hitting missiles, drone and naval assets and regime infrastructure. In fact, according to reports, Israel has also built far deeper human and technical penetration inside Iran than the CIA, making it better placed to carry out precise assassinations on the ground. Now, US President Donald Trump has reasons to keep some distance from direct involvement in such assassinations. even as the US bombs thousands of targets in Iran. Well, reports suggest that he may want some room to deal with future, more moderate Iranian leaders and prefer that Israel, not the US, be seen as the main hand behind these high-profile killings. Well, for now, that means the most sensitive, symbolic task, like eliminating Iran's top men, is largely Israel's show, while Washington stays in the lead on broader military pressure.